Hey guys, welcome back to the channel where we expose the real monsters hiding behind white picket fences. You know the type, the ones who smile for the neighborhood newsletter while stabbing you in the wallet. Today I'm telling you the story of Nicole Martinez, a 29-year-old senior financial analyst who just wanted a quiet life in Pinecrest Estates, that picture-perfect Portland suburb where every blade of grass is measured and every holiday light is approved by committee. What she got instead was 4 years of financial bloodletting courtesy of one Barbara Barb Whitaker, the self-appointed queen of the HOAA 280-pound walking embodiment of petty tyranny squeezed into a bright pink power suit 2 sizes too small. Can you believe this woman turned community standards into her personal ATM? Buckle up, because this is going to make you laugh, rage, and cheer when the justice finally drops like a perfectly manicured lawnmower blade. Picture this. It's 4 Christmases ago. Nicole has just bought her dream house in Pinecrest Estates, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, the kind of place where the HOA promises pride of ownership. She moved her widowed mom and after dad's cancer took everything but the memories. Mom meets Wayne Hutchinson at a church potluck, falls hard, and suddenly Nicole is footing the bill for a wedding in the community clubhouse. Barb Whitaker, freshly elected HOA president, stands at the podium in her signature lime green blazer, clapping like a seal while announcing, "We're all family here in Pinecrest. Rules keep us strong."
Yeah, right. Like for catering flowers. Even a honeymoon to Napa because, hey, mom deserves happiness after burying dad.
Mom deserves happiness.
2 months later, the first violation notice arrives. Certified mail, of course. The grass at the edge of the driveway is allegedly 0.2 inches over the sacred 3-inch maximum. Fine $500. One shade of heritage red. Another $750.
Mailbox flag is the incorrect shade of heritage.
Mom calls, voice shaky. "Honey, Barb says it's for the community. Winter's coming. The common areas need mulch." Wayne gets on the line, smooth as a used car salesman. Think of it as an investment in your mother's peace of mind. Nicole sends the money. She starts a spreadsheet. Every fine, every date, every ridiculous reason. By the end of year 1, she's out nearly $20,000, and the neighborhood looks exactly the same. Year 2 gets creative. For new playground equipment that never appears.
No playground.
Sophia, Wayne's 9-year-old daughter from his previous marriage, needs braces, but somehow the HOA board votes to repaint the entrance sign instead. Another $2,000. Time gig at the library she loves. Barb doesn't think it's necessary, Mom says. She's so close to landing a big sponsorship for the 4th of July block party. Nicole notices the new golf clubs in Wayne's garage, the premium cable package, Barb's sudden wardrobe upgrade from tacky to even tackier designer knockoffs. When she mentions it at the monthly HOA meeting, Barb leans into the mic, cheeks jiggling with righteous indignation. "Some of us actually care about standards, Nicole. Not everyone can afford to look successful." The room nods like trained seals. Nicole swallows it and keeps paying. The spreadsheet column grows. $50,000. She tells herself it's temporary. Mom is happy.
Happy community. Strong.
But the tide turns the way it always does when power wears a name tag. Barb starts calling the payments family loans and emails Nicole a retroactive compliance agreement printed from some sketchy legal template site. It's just paperwork, Wayne assures her over Thanksgiving turkey. Protection for both parties. Nicole signs. What choice does she have? Mom is glowing, touching Wayne's arm every 5 minutes like he's made of gold. Meanwhile, Barb's husband is between opportunities and somehow driving a new SUV while a common area fountain stays broken. Christmas year 3. The plowed streets. Barb calls 2 weeks early. Holiday expenses are particularly challenging this year, dear. Sophia needs winter clothes, and the heating bill for the clubhouse spiked. Nicole transfers $5,000. Her annual bonus just hit. She's too tired to fight. When she drives down December 23rd, her Audi packed with gifts, the house looks different. New landscaping, fresh paint, solar panels on the roof she never approved. Mom greets her at the door, wearing a diamond necklace that catches the porch light like tiny accusations. "Wayne surprised me," she beams. Barb appears behind her, all smiles and false warmth, clutching a clipboard like it's the 10 Commandments. Our favorite compliant homeowner.
Come see what Santa brought the community
Come see what Santa brought the community early. The living room has been redecorated. New furniture, hardwood floors where carpet used to be, a massive flat screen above the fireplace. Sophia sits on a leather couch in designer jeans scrolling an iPad Pro.
Pretty cool, right?
Barb leans in during dinner. Consulting work is picking up. Few contracts here and there. Nicole keeps her voice neutral.
Few contracts here and there.
Which client? Barb waves a manicured hand. Oh, you know how it is. I handle the details. Later that night, Nicole can't sleep. She opens Facebook on her laptop. Barb's profile is locked, but one friend, a 24-year-old bartender named Ashley from Spokane, has public photos. There's Barb, arm around Ashley, at what looks like a business trip Christmas party.
Merry Christmas, Ashley.
Another photo from November, them hiking. And the one that stops Nicole cold. Ashley wearing the exact same diamond necklace now glittering around Mom's neck. Nicole screenshots everything, hands shaking. The weekend board retreats, the estate jewelry, the consulting that somehow requires Barb to be 3 hours away in Spokane where a pretty bartender posts couple selfies with the HOA president. Barb appears in the doorway, mug of tea in hand. Can't sleep? Holidays, you know. Nicole closes the laptop fast. Just thinking about the community, she says sweetly. Barb smiles that salesman smile. Your compliance means the world to all of us. That night, Nicole adds a new column to the spreadsheet. Expected repayment date. She fills every cell with the word never. The loan documents are fiction. The community projects are performance art. And Nicole is done playing the audience. But she keeps paying because somewhere behind the white fences and perfect lawns, her mom is still smiling. What kind of daughter puts a price on that smile? The kind who's about to learn exactly what that price really costs, and who's about to make Barb Whitaker pay it back with interest. The drive back to Seattle after that Christmas feels like minutes. Nicole's mind is racing faster than the speed limit. Ashley Brennan works Thursday through Sunday nights at the Sapphire Lounge. Nicole books a room at the Davenport Hotel and waits. Thursday evening, she walks into the upscale bar in her most forgettable outfit, jeans, black sweater, minimal makeup. Ashley is behind the counter, blonde and bubbly, exactly the kind of woman who believes every promise a married HOA president whispers. Nicole orders a martini, waits, watch. Around 9 p.m. Text from Wayne, thanks again for the Christmas generosity. Your mother is already planning the spring vacation fund. Spring vacation fund. Nicole screenshots it and adds it to the growing evidence folder. Ashley approaches with a professional smile. Nicole pulls out her phone, shows a photo of Barb from the family Christmas card. Do you know this woman? We're doing a background check for a major community sponsorship. Ashley's face shifts, surprise, suspicion, then careful neutrality. Why are you asking? Nicole slides her business card across the bar. Senior financial analyst. Significant investment opportunity. She listed you as a reference. The lie is smooth. Barb taught her well. Ashley leans in. We're together. Here full-time once her divorce is finalized. Divorce? Nicole's stomach twists, but her face stays neutral. 8 months, Ashley says. Divorce, the custody battle over Sophia, the ex bleeding her dry. She shows Nicole the necklace photo. Early Christmas gift. He wanted me to have something beautiful while we wait. Nicole records the entire conversation on her phone, tucked discreetly in her purse. 20 minutes of Ashley gushing about Barb's investment genius, the tragic divorce, the ex-wife who didn't understand her, the teenage daughter she was fighting to protect. Back at the hotel, Nicole uploads the recording. Then she does what she does best, follows the money. Public records show no divorce filings for Barb Whitaker. But she finds a DBA registration for Whitaker Community Solutions LLC filed 6 months ago. Address is a UPS store mailbox. Credit reports paint a picture. Collections, charge-offs, a bankruptcy Barb never mentioned. Ashley's Instagram is poorly secured. Expensive dinners, weekend board retreats, gifts that line up perfectly with Nicole's emergency transfers. A weekend in Bend when Mom thought Barb was meeting sponsors. A shopping spree the day after the roof repair assessment. Mexico trip already booked for March. Ocean View Suite, all-inclusive. costing more than most. Mom calls the next day. Barb and I were talking. We love monthly family dinners. Nicole can practically hear Barb coaching her. She stares at Ashley's latest post. Can't wait for date night tomorrow. The casual cruelty lands like a fine for an unapproved welcome mat. That night, Nicole creates a new spreadsheet. Not for tracking money paid, for documenting every lie, every deception, every dollar stolen. She has bank records to request, social media to archive, and a paper trail to build that will make Barb's little kingdom collapse. She calls her firm's corporate legal team.
Set up a meeting. Complex fraud case. High priority.
The game has changed. Barb just doesn't know it yet. The meeting with the legal team is gold. Marcus Webb, senior counsel, reviews the mountain of evidence and grins like a shark. This is textbook embezzlement wrapped in HOA bureaucracy. But we need leverage, something that turns it from civil dispute to federal crime. That evening, Nicole builds something beautiful, a fake major community renovation project called Phoenix Estates Revitalization. Professional website, Delaware corporate filing, LinkedIn profiles she controls. The pitch is irresistible, a state-of-the-art playground, solar-powered clubhouse, returns that would make any power-hungry president salivate. She emails Barb from a fake corporate account. Within an hour, Barb calls, voice dripping excitement she tries to hide. This is interesting, very interesting. But $50,000 is substantial. Nicole keeps it casual. Conflict of interest at my firm, but someone with your connections could facilitate. We'd need proof of funds and source documentation, anti-money laundering rules. Barb promises everything is above board. They schedule a meeting. Nicole hires actors, rents a co-working conference room in Portland, rehearses for hours. Barb arrives in her best power suit, carrying a leather portfolio and a stack of documents. The actors speak fluent Silicon Valley buzzwords, draw diagrams, treat Barb like the visionary she pretends to be. Barb's eyes glaze during the tech talk but light up at every mention of returns. $50,000 and you'd see $200,000 in 18 months, one actor says. Barb does the mental math. Nicole's money turned into her personal windfall. She signs the carefully crafted contract that screams criminal intent if scrutinized. As soon as Barb leaves, Nicole high-fives the actors and calls Marcus. She took the bait. Every document photographed. When she tries to wire the funds, that's federal wire fraud. Marcus laughs. You built a masterpiece. Friday is 3 days away. 3 days for Barb to dream about skimming the project. Maybe brag to Ashley about the brilliant deal she sourced. 3 days before her empire of fines and fake morality implodes. Instead of the Friday meeting, Nicole drives to Portland on Christmas Eve, the fourth Christmas since this nightmare began. The HOA holiday block party is in full swing at the clubhouse. String lights, approved color only, fake snow, Barb holding court in a red velvet blazer that strains at every seam. Nicole walks in carrying a thick folder and her laptop. The room goes quiet when she taps the mic. Merry Christmas, Pinecrest, she says, voice calm. I have a special gift for our fearless leader. She projects the slideshow, every fine, every assessment, every bank transfer. Screenshots of Barb and Ashley. The fake LLC. Gasps ripple through the crowd. Barb's face turns the color of spoiled eggnog. This is slander, she sputters. I was protecting the community. Nicole hits play on the recording. Ashley's voice fills the room describing the divorce, the necklace, the Mexico trip. Wayne tries to grab the mic. Nicole steps aside. Sit down, Wayne. Reviewing the wire transfer you attempted this morning. 2 federal agents in windbreakers appear at the back. Barb's knees buckle. The queen dethroned by her own greed. The room erupts. Neighbors who had suffered in silence suddenly find their voices. My fence fine went to her vacation. She cited my dog for barking while her boyfriend's car was parked overnight. Barb's carefully curated image shatters like cheap holiday ornaments. The 30-day repayment demand is ironclad. Full $148,000 or federal charges. Barb's desperate emails start with denial, move to bargaining, and in threats that only add more counts. Nicole moves Mom and Sophia to a rental in Lake Oswego. Paid in advance, deed transferred, divorce papers filed. On January 30th, the black SUVs roll up at dawn. Barb answers in her robe, arrogance melting into panic as cuffs click. Neighbors watch from windows. Some even applaud. Ashley reaches out days later at a Starbucks in Spokane, Illinois. She showed me bank statement, said the ex was crazy. Nicole slides her attorney's card. Keep the gifts. And for being another victim. The legal machine grinds forward. Wire fraud, money laundering, tax evasion, conspiracy. 34 federal counts. The prosecutor calls it one of the most blatant cases of HOA abuse she's seen. Sophia, quiet, artistic Sophia, reveals sketchbooks full of notes and drawings documenting every lie. Mom starts financial literacy classes, reclaims her maiden name, learns to read bank statements like a pro. The house sells. They buy a condo in Beaverton. No ghosts, no Barb. Sentencing day in November. Barb stands before the judge in an orange jumpsuit. Country club, tan long gone. 22 years. The courtroom is silent except for Mom's quiet sob of relief. Outside, under gray Portland drizzle, Mom turns to Nicole. Is it wrong that I feel free? Nicole smiles. Not wrong at all. Spring brings new beginnings. Mom's part-time library job, Sophia's art scholarship, Nicole's promotion to risk assessment VP. The old spreadsheet is deleted. The past is reconciled. Ashley moved on wiser. And Barb? She's counting decades in a federal cell, while the neighborhood finally breathes without her shadow. 5 Christmases later, Nicole sits in her Tacoma apartment with a tiny tree and Sophia's painting, numbers turning into birds. Mom visits with coffee and receipts, dating a stable accountant who shows tax returns unprompted. No more frantic calls. Love. Just family, real family, around a table they pay for themselves. Wayne taught Nicole the most expensive lesson of her life. Trust, but verify. Help, but never enable. And when someone shows you who they really are, whether they wear a power suit or a pearl necklace, believe them the first time. Sometimes the best revenge isn't just watching the tyrant fall. It's watching the people she tried to break stand taller, manage their own money, and finally live without fear of the next certified letter. Pinecrest Estate still has rules. But now the only Karen left is the one in the old newsletters, a cautionary tale printed in permanent ink. And that, folks, is how one quiet financial analyst took down an entire HOA empire with nothing but spreadsheets, patience, and the sweetest sound in the world, justice served cold, with a side of perfectly trimmed grass. In the end, the real victory wasn't the money returned or the prison sentence. It was watching my mom learn to stand on her own feet, Sophia find her voice through art, and an entire neighborhood remember that rules are supposed to serve people, not the other way around. Expensive lesson, but worth every penny. Trust, but always verify.